I promised everybody a more technical overview of what my server stuff is like, what I'm using it for, and then proposed expansions and plans. So I'm going to quickly go over again what I've got, just with a little bit more detail, and then where I see it in the future. So at the top, I actually need to get this mounted. It's my new KVM 4-port. It's PS2, so I'm actually waiting for some adapters. My Cisco 2950 switch. It's a 10100 fully managed layer 3 switch. I pulled this out because I needed to make room for a few other things, and I'll explain that later. Bare bones chassis here. It's a 3U redundant power supply case, which I will be replacing this old case right here. Basically, I'm taking everything in here and I'm going to migrate it to here. That way I can get rid of this and then move the shelf up and then have room for some of my other rack mount equipment. So let's go through it. This is my primary NAS, NS1. It's a 5 terabyte N-1 RAID 5. It's a hardware RAID 5 with a PERC i5, PERC 5i, something. It's an old Dell RAID controller. Beside it, I've got a Netgear smart switch. The reason I got a smart switch is it allows me to do port teaming. So it's only 8 ports, but yeah, at least 2 from both of my servers here are link agged onto that with LACP. So both NAS 1 and NAS 2 are running FreeNAS version 8, which support the link ag protocol. NAS 2 here is it's basically a really cheap dual core AMD system, but it's more than capable of powering a NAS configuration. So this is a 5 drive RAID ZZ or RAID Z2 or 2Z. It's a NFS RAID 6 basically, or ZFS, sorry, ZFS RAID 6. And then below it the mouse keyboard monitor combo, which I showed you guys last time. Proposed expansion. Get all of this rack mounted, take the old Antec case away, and then basically set up the Catalyst as a sort of like a guest network. Put guest devices on here because I don't really want my primary on here since it's 10100. And then I'm thinking about an ASA, Cisco ASA router for other equipment. The old NAS here is a AMD 3200 with 1 gig of memory, so it's barely capable of handling the NAS configuration as it is right now. What I'm going to do with it is I'm going to put a quad core cheap AMD system into it and run Hyper-V. And with Hyper-V, I'm going to run a FreeNAS, a security gateway for monitoring cameras, and then maybe some sort of Linux build for like Wi-Fi cracking or something. If there's anything else you guys want to know, just hit me up on YouTube or Facebook, and I'd be happy to answer your questions. Thanks.